Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Waking Up California with Diego Martinez, candidate for Congress. Yes, we are running for Congress, District 13, which is the Central Valley. Bottom line, it's really the heart of California. It's the Central Valley. We are a candidate in District 13. Well, what is District 13 exactly, right? Because everybody says, hey, I'm running this district, I'm running that district. Yet nobody knows exactly what that district is. Well, let's start off with it simple. District 13 starts in North Fresno, Madera, Kerman, Tranquility, and it works its way up into Madera, Chowchilla, Fireball, Dos Palos, Merced, Livingston, Turlock, Modesto, Delhi, Gustine, Newman, all the way up to the middle of the Pacheco Pass, wraps right back around into Lathrop. That's District 13. That's what we're running. It's a vacant seat right now. As far as I know, there's 4 of us running in the same district. 2 Democrats, 2 Republicans. I am proud to announce Monday night, I have the endorsement from the Stanislaus Central Committee, Republican Central Committee. It is an honor to be endorsed by Stanislaus, which is one of the heart and key factors of our district. I want to thank everybody in that committee for the endorsement, and I will not let you guys down. I will live up to the endorsement and what we need to do to win the seat so that we can go into Congress. Our biggest objection, like always, is money. So if you like my campaign, you like what we stand for, please go on my page. Underneath, we are going to put a link where you are able to go and donate to my campaign. Because just like anything else, to win a seat in the state of California, it takes money. It takes work, but it takes money. I need your help with that. Whether you can do $10, $15, $20, $40, $100, whatever you could donate, please do so. The links will be posted underneath in the comment section so we could go straight to the treasurer and get this handled. A lot of stuff going on in California these days, right? Where do we start? Where do you go? Let's start with something's going on in Washington, D.C., which is through Congress, which affects a lot of us here in California. A lot of you guys have followed or know Maria Elvira Salazar. She is a congresswoman from Florida, from the state of Florida. Everybody knows what's going on with DACA right now, how it's a false security, how federal government said it's against the law to have DACA. Congresswoman Salazar out of Florida introduced a new bill this week to allow work permits for people who are here in the United States illegally. She proposed DACA is a path into somehow these kids getting a green card. She also proposed border security. So all this is happening right now over there in Washington. They interviewed a couple Republicans. They interviewed a couple Democrats when they were talking about her bill. She doesn't have the support yet to be able to move that bill forward, which doesn't make sense to me because you figure the Democratic Party will want to get this solved, but they don't. Republicans are, yeah, I like this, but I don't like that part, and I think border security doesn't go with immigration. Yes, it does. It all goes together. We have to secure our borders. We have got to stop for a little bit letting people come in here illegally. We have got to control that. We have got to control our state. We have got to control our country. People that are here, they should get some kind of work permit where they can't travel back and forth, go back to their homelands, be able to come back into the country and be able to still hold a job. But they have to be able to pay taxes, whether state taxes or federal taxes. That all makes sense on what she's saying. Her bill actually makes sense. And of course, she's talking about border security and stopping the problem at the border, being tougher on human trafficking, which is going on every day in our borders. So you have to secure our borders. There's no answer buts about it. We got to secure our borders. If you can't secure your borders, why do you lock your doors at night? Let's just keep it realistic here. You want to feel safe, and the United States needs to feel safe. The people of this country need to feel safe. So yes, I'm for her bill. I'm actually want to get into Congress to help support her and push that bill forward so that our friends and neighbors and relatives that we have that came here for the right reasons, that are doing everything right, have an opportunity to stay here legally and be able to drive back home when they need to, be able to come back into the United States as they need to, but they can also pay taxes just like the rest of us and stop the freeness. Stop the free that's going on everywhere. I have a special friend today that's actually just joined us on Instagram, Greg Raff, who's also running for Congress down in the Orange County area. Greg, thank you for joining our show today and being out there. Got our support. I met Greg when I was on the trail for government. Greg was the mayor for a long time and actually helped his community grow. So I wish Greg the best of luck out there in his campaign out down south. We have a lot of problems in the United States that we have got to wrap our hands around, and it's time that we do it now. What can Congress do? I mean, why Congress? What is the difference between Congress and a local level official? What's the difference between Congress and the government of California? Well, there's a lot of differences. First of all, we deal with state problems, all the state problems. And when we talk about state problems, we're talking about stuff like immigration, which we just talked about what Congresswoman Salazar wants to do about it. We talk about water. Water is very important, especially in the Central Valley where I'm running. The federal government right now is dumping about 19% of our fresh water into the ocean. We have got to put a stop to that. Well, we are not doing it from a state level, are we? We need representation in Congress that will stand up and fight for our waters. We'll help Tom McClintock and other Republicans who have been trying for years. Why? Because the numbers haven't been there. But with the clear objective that we're going straight into Washington to fight for our water rights in the Central Valley, to make sure the federal government gives us the resources that we need to be able to build dams and reservoirs, to be able to have more water and hold more water in the state of California is important to everybody in the Central Valley. How about jobs in the United States? How about we actually get somebody in here that will actually fight for the blue-collar worker, for the pipeline people that lost 7,500 jobs the minute the president took office? We lost. Why? So that we could go to another country and pay for their crude oil? No, we need to keep the jobs here, and we need to keep them in America. It is time that we actually put some voices behind this and get some jobs back over here. Fossil fuels, crude oil, nuclear, biofuel, all essential for our state to be able to survive. Let's stop the madness and stop the socialism. And let's get the real people in office that will do what they're supposed to do. Work for the California people. Work for you, the American voters. Let's remember this. Both parties have failed the American people. Not a Democrat, not a Republican. Both parties have failed. And without numbers, our votes are failing. But let's remember this. We have Democrats, we have rhinos, we have Republicans, we have everything in Washington, D.C., but one thing, a voice that will stand up and fight for us. That's why I'm running for Congress. That's why I'm running in District 13. Why? Because I grew up in District 13. We did an analyst. I have 10 years in Merced County, which is the biggest county of the district. Years in the auto industry at Courtesy Chevrolet, right there off 16th Street, right next to Costco. 5 years of Hispanic radio, right there in Merced, right off of Olive Avenue. 2 years in Madera, another place in my district, at a Ford dealership, the Dodge dealership. Hanford, which is Selma, Kerman, that area, Coalinga. Very well and familiar with that. Have roots. Grew up in San Joaquin County. Worked in Stanislaus County for 3 years right off McHenry Avenue. So if you're asking why I'm running in District 13, because that's my home. It's where I grew up. That's where I've worked the bulk of my career when I was in the auto industry. There is no better place to call home than the Central Valley. We have a lot of problems in the Central Valley that we need addressed and we need fixed. And we actually need a voice in Congress that's going to sit there and fight for our people. This is the time that we take over the House. But not only the House, we take over our country and make it America first for once. Come back to the Trump days, as somebody might call it, where it's America first, American jobs. Our Second Amendment rights need to be protected in a federal level, not just a local level. That's what you get with sending Diego Martinez to Congress. You get a voice. You get an opportunity to voice your opinion. You get an ear that will listen to everything that you need to say and help you get your agenda across. Because guess what? Nobody has done that yet. When was the last time we saw our congressmen actually come and just talk, not ask us for money? Money's great, and I need your help with money, whether it's $10, $15, $20, $30. Go on the link on the comments and please donate. I don't care what district you live in. I don't care where you're at. I need each and every single one of your helps because I can't do this alone. I can't go to Congress and change things alone without your support and the ability for you to tell me what we need to change. Congressmen, assemblymen, people in government, they're not celebrities. They're your employees. And it's time that we start remembering that. We work for you, the American people and the California people. We do not work for the government. We work for you. We work for the American people. That's who we work for. And that's the energy that we need to take and the representation that we need to take into Washington, D.C. to make sure that each and every single one of your voices are heard loud and clear, and that our rights here get taken care of before anything else. We send billions of dollars to other countries overseas. For what? To help their homeless problem? What about our homeless problem? What about the people dying in our streets every day that don't have the right medical coverage, that don't have food to eat, don't have a place to live? But we're worried about a third world country or somebody else? Why? Why aren't we worried about America first? Why are we so inclined to help the rest of the world when the rest of the world doesn't help us? Isn't it time that we stop some of this nonsense and actually start bringing the money where it belongs for the American taxpayers who pay and flip the bills for these congressmen and presidents to decide to send it to another country? How about COVID-19? How much money did we send other countries for COVID-19? On a COVID-19 relief bill, the United States government sent billions of dollars over to other countries and gave the American people $600 stimulus. Is that a slap in our face or what? Because that's what's going on, and that's what's been going on. It is time that we stop and we talk about America first. We're not sending a dollar, a penny to another country for aid. How about we aid the people who are living here? Our state, our country, our people. The people that paid that tax money that went out. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the world right now, especially in California. And this is kind of like a trend that's been going on. If you guys have been watching the news lately, mask mandates are leaving. Kids are no longer going to have to wear masks in schools. California says February 15th, they are going to remove the mask mandates from restaurants and our kids at school. I just got one question. What's so special about February 15th? If you're going to remove them, remove the damn mask. Is it because our governor decided to go watch a football game and not wear a mask at all because he couldn't breathe? Oh, no, I'm sorry. He had to take a picture with Magic Johnson, who also wasn't wearing a mask. Nobody says that. And I like Magic. I always have. I was a Lakers fan back in the day when he was playing. But guess what? He was there as guilty as everybody else without a mask. It goes back to do as I say, not as I do. There's pictures of our governor, the mayor of LA, the guy who has the strictest rules. No vaccination, no mask, no entrance. What is wrong with that? Yeah, you can go out to a football game and not have a mask on. Wow. That's crazy, right? You can go there and not have a mask on. So Now, the state of California has decided, along with every other state pretty much, that mask mandates will end February 14th. Joshua, how's it going, buddy?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
What can we do for you, Joshua? What's on your mind?
I'm just from Uganda, Africa.
Okay, and what's going on over there in Africa?
Africa, in Uganda, we have some problems. Bombs, terrorists in Uganda.
Well, I thank you for joining us from Uganda, but we are talking about America and what's going on here right now. Do you have anything to share with COVID-19 or anything that's going on in Africa that could help the rest of the world?
I have. Here, some people are telling us that if you be vaccinated, you die. Here in Africa, that's the way people are telling us. And some people are not vaccinated because of that.
Well, we appreciate your input on all that, and we will see you next time, all right, buddy? I got to let somebody else come on now.
Okay, brother.
All right, thank you, and thank you for joining us. So here we have an opportunity to flip a seat in the 13th district, and I'm calling about flipping a seat. There's really not anybody in that seat right now, so we have a chance to take a seat. What does that do? Where does that go? Okay, so we take District 13. What happens? Well, that also flips a seat in the House, which removes Nancy Pelosi from being the Speaker of the House. But it's not just me who needs to get into office. It's other Republican and like-minded conservatives that want to make a difference and want to change. We don't need the rhinos in there anymore, but we do need other seats flipped so we can get rid of Nancy Pelosi as Speaker of the House. But as we take control of the House, as conservatives, as the Republican Party, we have to make the right choice for the Speaker of the House. And that's something that when we get there, we'll have to deal with. Till then, we need to work ourselves into getting into there. Because once we get rid of Nancy Pelosi as Speaker, now we can make a difference, now we can change. Now we can help the outcome of a vote and what is best for the California and the American people. We just talked about mask mandates and what's going on. They're saying February 14th, California will be done. Some other states are going all the way to the end of March or the middle of March. Why? What is going to change? Somebody said, well, this is the projections that they're seeing. Take the damn mask off. They don't work. Let's just keep it real. If you want to wear a mask, God bless you. Put on a mask. Put on 3 masks. Nobody cares. But we should have the right not to wear one, and it should be today. There's no reason to make it in 14 days. Is that a carrot that they're dangling in front of us? Well, if everything continues the way it is, in 14 days, you can take off your mask. But if one of you guys gets sick, that program's over. Government takes forever to do anything and doesn't give you a reason why. February 15th, the mask mandate in the state of California will come off. How about the vaccination mandate? When are we going to have somebody in Washington to fight federal law to make sure that your employer doesn't have to demand or obligate you to take a vaccination? Because it's a shame that to keep a job, you have to have a vaccination that doesn't work, in my opinion. If you took the vaccination, God bless you, and I hope that you made the right decision for you and your family. But you're asking me to take a drug for something that won't prevent me getting sick. It won't prevent me from doing anything. So why exactly am I taking the vaccination? And if the vaccination worked, why do I have to take a second one? And if the second one worked, why do I have to take a booster and 2 boosters and 3 boosters down the road? Why make it so complicated? We need to get rid of mandates. That word needs to go bye-bye. Whether it's federal or local. Nobody should mandate you to do anything. It's like an order. You're ordering me. I'm an adult. I don't need to get ordered. I need to have enough information so I can make an intelligent decision. And that's the way the Constitution was written, for freedom. We need people that actually understand the Constitution of the United States and enforce it for the people of the United States, not just for their political party or not for whatever reason that they have in mind. Forcing somebody to do something is the biggest mistake the government can do. And the biggest words that our fear is, don't worry, I'm with government, I'm here to help. No, I'm a servant of the California people. I'm a servant of the people in my district. I'm not here to help. I'm here to listen and obey what my constituents want and go and defend and stand up and fight and have their voices being heard. That's what Congress is, but we don't have that. We have it the other way around. Oh, you guys work for me. You guys need to go out and work because I'm going to tax you to death so I can make more money. That's not the way this works. That is not the way this works. We need to be able to stand here and protect our rights. We need to be able to give back to the people who help us stay in office. We need to represent the people that get us in office and have your best interests. There's a petition going around to get rid of Nancy Pelosi. It's an easier way. People in her district, stop voting for her. Right now, you guys want to get rid of Nancy Pelosi? You guys want to get rid of somebody in office? If you're in that district, it's your time. It's your decision whether that person stays employed or not. Every 2 years, Nancy Pelosi has to reapply. Yet, why is it that every 2 years, she keeps getting hired? You want to make a difference with Nancy Pelosi? We don't need to sign petitions. We don't need to stand in street corners and ask. We need to go and campaign to get her off. We need to help that candidate raise enough money to be able to fight and be able to get that seat. Talking about money, I need your help. Underneath, there's a donation page, donation link. Please donate to my campaign. I don't care what district you're in. I don't care where you're calling from. $5, $10, $15, $100, whatever you can. We have to order street signs already. I need to know how we can afford to pay for that. So if you could please donate, we can make the plan and execute it. We need newsletters. I need money. I need your help to be able to fund this campaign because it's how we're going to win. It takes money to win. So if you can and are willing to, go down to the link on the comments, hit donate, and please donate to my campaign. Every little bit helps. Running for Congress, one individual person can only donate up to $2,900. So please help me win the seat by donating, whether it's $5, $10, $15, $20, whatever it is. Please help me get to where we need to be so that we can afford a solid, straight-run campaign so that we can get in office and make the changes that the Central Valley needs and California needs. We need jobs. Our economy, our taxes need to get lowered. Our water, our fires, the federal land. California is surrounded by federal land. Our forests need to be managed. And if the local government can't do it because it's federal land, the federal government should get involved and will get involved, and we will clean up our forests and do proper forest management. No, we're not talking about sweeping up or raking up a few leaves, Gavin Newsom. We're actually talking about real forest management, allowing timber companies to come back, help deregulate California so people can earn a living, so people can come here to work. Bring jobs back to America. Fight against our president who is daily killing American jobs and outsourcing them to other countries. It is time that we talk about America first. American people, American taxpayers first. We have to stop sending billions and billions of dollars to other countries and start reinvesting in America, in American-made products. Be proud to be an American again. Have the right representation. That's why I'm asking for your vote, your support, and your help to get there. like and share my videos. Let your friends know who I am. Diego Martinez, Congress, District 13, the Central Valley will actually finally have representation that it needs so that we can get our water rights, so we can control our forests, our federal land. We need to control it. We need to clean it. We need to manage it. How about power in the state of California? Our kids' education. Is that important? Because the federal government puts a lot of money into education. Stop wasting our money and let's start getting trade schools back. We need trade schools here in California because not everybody's meant to go to college, but everybody is meant to be able to make a good living. We need to bring trade schools. We need to federally fund trade schools so that our youth that got out of high school, that don't even know who the governor or the president of the United States is, gets a chance and an opportunity to be able to make a good living. Trade schools have gone wayside. Nobody talks about them anymore. Nobody goes to them. We need the federal government and the education money to go and start putting a place where trade schools and our kids could get educated. We need to bring trade schools back and starting from junior high all the way to high school. Before you could get a high school diploma, you should have an A in a trade school through high school. Critical race theory, great college course. You want to pay for it? Go to college and take it over there. But other than that, it should be mechanic shop, wood shop, welding, ag, anything that will give these kids an opportunity to leave high school and say, hey, I'm not going to college, but I can continue my trade. I can go be a mechanic. I can go and weld. I can go do something other than play Xbox. We have got to take America back, and it is now. Our future is in your hands. Our future is now. It is time that we stand up and fight. We have a chance to make a difference, but the chance is in your hands. Yes, America, the chance to make a difference is in your hands. You're the voter. You're the person who goes out there. You're the one who talks to your coworker. Air conditioning, cooling classes, refrigeration. There's so many trades that can be taught to our kids from junior high all the way through high school so that when they get out, they can get a job. They can be self-supported. They don't have to depend on the government. It should be the other way around. The government should be depending on them and us. Yeah, we lost sight of that. We lost sight that people work every year hard, their whole life for Social Security. Yet when they get to that age, they don't get it. But you get somebody coming in from somewhere else because they're sick, they're elderly, and then the nurses have to put them in Social Security when they haven't paid a penny into it. What happened to America First? Where did that theory go? Where did it go that if you work hard, you're going to have what you need at the end? It's time that we get somebody who represents us, the real people of the state, the worker, the people who pay taxes, who strive every day for a better life. Yet government keeps bringing us down by increasing our taxes, increasing the cost of living, letting criminals out of jail, making it legal to steal up to $950. How many small businesses could stay in business when every 3 hours, $950 goes out your front door and there's nothing you can do about it because you call the police, they're going to cite and release these people anyways. And they're going to come back and do it again. Law and order needs to come back. Law and order needs to be on the priority of the United States and especially in California. We need to remove Proposition 47 and 109. We need to give the district attorney's office the power and the authority. And we need to give the judges the right and the authority to be able to get the criminals off the street. We need somebody to stand in Washington and defend our Second Amendment rights. Otherwise, we won't have them. With the new law coming out where each bullet's going to have an imprint, each one of your firing mechanisms needs to have a serial number in them, guess what? Another 3 guns get off the roster list. So there will be 1 or 2 manufacturers and that's it. That's not what the Constitution of the United States stands. We need people to stand up and fight for our Second Amendment rights at a federal level. We need to stand up and fight for the freedom of the American people. America first. biofuel, lowering gas prices to run generators, semi-trucks, preventing grease from going into landfills, and protecting our environment. Gino, 100% agree with you. I know you guys are working out there very hard to try to get your protocol out and get this in everybody's home where everybody can help the environment. That's a good system. Biofuel, it will help heat our homes. And how many other things will biofuel help us do? But we have got to get somebody in Congress that wants that to happen and stop helping socialism and the leftists go to all solar. Let me ask you guys this, and I'm not against solar. I don't want anybody to think I'm against solar. I actually have solar. I have solar because I got tired of the outrageous prices that PG&E keeps charging us to have power in our house. I mean, we're getting taken advantage of with such high costs of everything. And we justify it because we live in California. There is no justification for people gouging us and taking advantage of us just because we live in California. That needs to stop. Plus themselves high rises and taxing the heck out of us. Exactly. We're getting taxed to death. We are getting taxed to death. And now it's not just California. Because if you're outside of California and like, I don't need to worry about California. Yeah, how's Texas look these days? Because the prices of Texas are going through the roof, especially in real estate. Why? Because California has the greatest real estate official, real estate broker in the world. Because he sells more houses out of California than anybody I've ever met. And his name is Gavin Newsom. He is the realtor of the year for every other state except the state of California. And what's going on? Californians are driving up the prices in every other state now because we sold our houses for way a lot of money. We are able to go somewhere else and pay cash. And what does that do? That disrupts their economy. That disrupts Texas, Oklahoma, Idaho. It disrupts their economy when we go in there and we pay cash and we drive up their prices on their real estate. So California has a big effect on what goes on in the United States. So if you're watching this from another state, it is time to vote and donate to Diego Martinez for Congress. Go on the link underneath. $5, $10, $15, $20, $100. Whatever you guys can muster, it will help. We need to order yard signs. We need to start getting on the phone banks. We need to start sending out mailers. I need your help. We need to know how many yard signs we're going to order next week. We need to know what we can count on from the California people, the people in District 13, and the people outside of the district and the people outside of the states. Go to the link underneath and donate. Diego Martinez for Congress. Donate because we need your help. We will keep posting the links underneath because it is time that we take our state back. But it's better time to take America back and have a voice that represents the American people and will be there to fight for the American people. We need to fix voting. We all know that, right? But we complain about it. Let's go out and vote. Let's go out and get our neighbors to go out and vote. Let's make sure everybody's vote counts. That's what we need to do. TJ, I appreciate it. And anybody who wants a yard sign, please leave a comment or send me an instant message. Give us your address. We'll make sure that you get a yard sign as soon as we get them all come in. We're going to order them the first of next week. So I need everybody's help with donations so we can afford to pay for the yard signs. I need your help. This is a grassroots effort to take back a seat, to take back our voices, and to take back our country. My fellow Californians and fellow Americans, for far too long, we've been sitting here waiting, hoping for a miracle, hoping that things will change. Hey, next year will be a better year. What are we doing about it to make it a better year? What are we doing to make a difference? Are we voting the right way? Well, what's the right way? It's not about party lines. Not about a Democrat getting into office. Not about a Republican getting into office. It's about a person with the voice of the people getting into office. That's what I want to be. The voice of District 13, but the voice of the American people and definitely the voice of the California people that got me into office. You want to make a difference? You want to change their future? Start voting the right way. Get your friends out there to vote. Forget about your party lines. Party lines don't mean nothing. At the end of the day, both parties have failed the California people. Both parties are getting rich off the California people. And where are we? We're the ones flipping the bill. It's time that we become the ones not flipping the bill and the ones receiving the benefits from all the taxes that we have paid. It's time that education becomes number one and becomes the number one focus. A lot of you guys are out there preaching school choice, school choice, school choice. I am not against school choice, but I'm for real education and real accountability of all our schools. So every single one of your schools will be your choice. There shouldn't be one worse school than the other. Every child deserves the best education that we can afford to give them. And we, the California taxpayers, are paying for that. Federal money is coming in. We have to get trade schools back. We have got to push and insist that our kids have a trade before they can graduate high school. We have got to fight for the future of this country and the state, and the future is our kids. And it is time that we fight in a national level, in a national stage, and that we stand here and we demand better education. Not only better school choices, but guess what? Every school, because every child deserves the best education. Doesn't matter where you come from, what side of the tracks you're from. Whether you live in a poor neighborhood or a rich neighborhood. The reality is this: your child doesn't know the difference. Your child deserves the best education. The child deserves everything because they are our future. They are our voices. Right now, what's going on in schools is indoctrination, not teaching. We need to tell teachers, you're a male, you're a female. We don't care what your sexual preference is. We don't care who your partner is. We care about the job that you can do. But you do not need to tell our kids that. I was watching the news the other day. I was watching something on Instagram or Facebook, and a teachers were going out there bragging, oh, my kids know that I'm gay. I don't care what you are. I don't care what your sexual preference is. That's not what we're paying you to be at school telling your kids. You're not your job to tell your kids what your sexual preference is. Your job is to teach math, English, science, a trade school, something that will educate our kids for a better future. That's your job. Whatever you do at home behind closed doors, nobody cares. If you're a female, dress like a female. If you're a male, dress like a male. But do not go to school teaching sexuality to our kids. We don't care. Our kids want to be a certain way. They have that right. But my son will not be 3 years old telling me that he's my daughter or that it's okay for him to be a girl. Because it's not. That's not what I believe in my house. That's probably not what you believe at your house. So we have got to put more accountability in our education system. We have got to be on top of it, and we have to make sure that our kids get taught something that they can go out and live. Something that when they graduate high school, they did something. Let me ask you guys this. Maybe we can get some input from the peanut gallery and from everybody else out here. What's a high school education mean today? What is a high school education? They need to stop teaching our kids that they can change what they are. They start teaching them this in kindergarten. Jackie, 100% agree with you. What is a high school education mean anymore? What's a diploma? Because there was a time that a high school education meant something. What does it mean in today's world? It means that you went and took racial theory, that you got indoctrinated with sex at schools, that you got told that you could be a boy or a girl in school. What does it really mean? It used to mean that you accomplished something. But not only that, that you got out of high school with a trade. I went through metal shop. I went through wood shop. I know a lot of my friends that went through mechanics courses there, and guess what? They got out and they own a mechanic shop and they're doing good for themselves. Isn't that what education is about? Isn't it about learning? Whether you want to be able to do higher learning or whether you've learned enough that you could go get a good job or maybe go into a trade school. We have got to have federal funding for trade schools for everybody in the state of California. Everybody deserves to be able to make a good living. Not just the people that go to college. And then you get people that want to go to college and want you to pay for it. No, that is not the way this works. We cannot go. We cannot make you go to college. That's your choice. That's your debt. What about the plumber who went through school, learned how to be a plumber, went through a trade school, learned how to be a plumber, and then he had to go buy a truck. He had to go buy all the tools. Is that not as good as a diploma? So why aren't we bailing them out? Why aren't we taking the contractor and paying for their trucks and paying for their equipment to be able to go do their job? Yet we want to pay for somebody's college education because they got a diploma? Where did it become our responsibility when we ourselves couldn't afford to go to college? We need to change. And we need to do it now. There is no more waiting. There is no more next election cycle. There isn't. Because every year, every election cycle, it gets worse and worse and worse. It's time that we stop. The time to fight is now. And how do we fight? We share my videos, get it out there, donate to my campaign, get people involved. Vote for the right person, not the party line. Stop worrying about party lines. Both parties have failed the California people and the American people. We always say, how did this guy do this? That's because we don't have representation in Washington to put checks and balances. Congress and Senate, we're checks and balances to what the president wants to do. We're also the lawmakers for the United States of America, and we need checks and balances on what we like to do. But the reality is we need the feedback, and we need to know what our constituents and the people who voted us in want us to do, because we are a public servant. We're not gods. We're not celebrities. We're everyday people just like you and me that put their pants on one leg at a time, that go to work, and they're supposed to be working for you, the California and the American people, yet they're not. They think that you work for them, and this has got to stop. Also help people with learning disabilities. Man, every day, mental health. God, I can't even talk enough about mental health, especially here in California. We need to bring mental health back. We need to help people. Yesterday, Pierce Ferry Bridge, a young lady took her life, jumped off the bridge. Mental health. So many people need it. We need to stop helping other countries, start helping America first. Start putting the money here. We don't need to send billions of dollars to Afghanistan, Russia, China. We need to send millions of dollars, billions of dollars back into America. We need to reinvest our money back into America and make America great again, make it strong. Make it people being proud to be Americans. No party lines, no difference. Proud Americans. Bring justice and law and order back here. Be able to stand and hold your head high and say, I am an American and I'm proud to be an American. We need to invest the money that we're sending to other countries back here in the United States. We need to invest in our future. We need to invest in our kids, and we need to invest in American labor, because it's time that America's first. And that's what you get with me. 100%. Think about us before anybody else. Yes, I understand there's countries that need help. We all agree, right? There's countries out there that need help. Well, guess what, folks? The country that needs the most help is America. The United States of America needs more help than any other country right now. We need to rebuild. We need to make America first, and we need to be proud to go to the store and buy American-made products. So you want to donate to a country that needs help? Donate to America, because we need help. We don't need to stop supporting other countries. Start supporting our future, our kids, and the people of this country. We need to deregulate America so that jobs can get created, so that people can have companies and is proud to wear stuff that says made in America, not China, not Israel, not wherever, not Mexico, America. Why does owning matters to the government? They shouldn't tell us what we can own when it takes. The government should never control what you own, what you don't own, what you do, or what you don't do. It's we the people of the United States, not we the government of the United States. That is ass backwards. You should be able to own whatever you want. You should be able to own whatever you can afford. We, as Americans, should be striving to live better every year and be able to earn more every year. Earn is the key word, not give. Earn. How do you earn if education isn't number one? How do you earn if you don't have a trade school to go to? How do you earn anything? It's called work. It's called education. It's called starting our kids to be educated from the ground level all the way up to having a purpose in this world, to having the ability to make a living, to having the ability to get out of high school and get a good job, start a company, do whatever we need to do to survive, and not depend on the government for stimulus checks and handouts and food stamps. You want to make an economy good? Start providing jobs, start providing opportunities, start providing people an opportunity to make a living, lower their taxes so it's cheaper to live. Lower taxes. I remember my first house, $400 a month. What can you get for $400 a month today? Absolutely nothing. You might get a quarter of a bedroom, and not even that anymore in some places in California. We want to send money to billions and billions of dollars to different countries. Let's do this. Let's send it to America. Let's send it to the inner cities. Let's get our kids. Let's get our kids educated. Let's spend the money in the United States for trade schools to get our kids a future. Our future is our kids. And if we don't stand up for them now, when and who? Because we see what our kids are turning out to be right now. How many of those are the future of this country? All of them. And if they're not educated, if they don't have a trade, if they don't have the ability, what happens when we all leave this earth? What happens to that generation? President Kennedy said it best. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And right now, what I'm asking everybody and what we all can do for this country is get the right people in office. Start voting the right way. Forget about your party lines and start giving back. Start getting people who believe in America first, in our future, not the future of other countries. And I'm not saying those countries don't need help. But right now, the country that needs the most help is America. We need to keep our money here. We need to keep our dollars and our jobs here. We need to get people here. What is the website for donations? I can't seem to find it. Right above two pages that says to donate to his campaign. Hit that link and it'll take you right there, Janet. My website's getting rebuilt. It's going to be Diego Martinez for Congress.com. We're flipping our website right now. You can go on my Facebook, which is right now it says Diego Martinez for Governor. We're going to actually flip that. We're asked for a name change that's coming. If we don't get it by next week, we're going to start a whole new Facebook page and get our social media up. What people don't understand about me is that we have about 5 different Facebooks, and each one of them has about 5,000 followers. So that's about 25,000 people that we hit on Facebook every week. We have about another 3,500 on Instagram. We have Twitter. We have Gab. We have every social media out there. So it's kind of hard to just say, hey, we're going to abandon these Facebook pages when we have over 5,000 per. There's one that's Diego Martinez, period, that have 6,000 followers there. So we're trying to do a whole name consolidation with Facebook right now to make sure everything says for Congress. And that is why you still see the government stuff out there. We are running for Congress. We're running for District 13. Come and join us. Come donate. Every little bit helps. It is time that we get American first candidates and people who will fight for the American people in our future. And our kids are our future. Trade schools need to be our future, and they need to be from junior high all the way to high school. You shouldn't be able to graduate high school without a plan and a trade school ready to go, or an education that you can actually go out and make a good living. I'm going to try my best to donate. Gino, thank you. Everybody, thank you. Anybody who donates, I want to say personally, thank you. I appreciate whether it's $5, $10, $15, $20, whatever it is. We need a lot of money to win this. We need your help. I look forward to watching your campaign and supporting you. However, I can do, you need volunteers. We do need a boatload of volunteers. Today, the website should have the name change. If not by tomorrow, go on my website, Diego Martinez for Congress, and put volunteer, Team Diego, whatever we can get. Whether it's helping me walk, whether it's I can take 10 or 15 yard signs. Next month, we are planning for all of you guys in the Central Valley, Broken Wheels out of Oakdale. I'm with them. We are actually, it's a motorcycle repair shop. They're willing to do a fundraiser for me. We're going to do a ride from Oakdale all the way up through Chinese Camp, all the way back around through Coulterville, and we're going to wrap back around in LaGrange. I would like to invite all the motorcycle riders out there to come and join us on this ride. It's $20 per person, I believe, and it's going to include a breakfast. We're going to have a pancake breakfast out there. If you don't ride motorcycles, come out there and enjoy the breakfast with us. That's all going into my campaign. I need your help. We're going to do whatever it takes to raise the money that we need to be able to be competitive and win this seat. But I can't do it without you. That's the truth. I can't do anything I want to do without your help. So if you know anybody who rides a motorcycle, who wants to come out there, whether you're in a club, whether you're not, come on out. Come join us for the ride. I'm going to actually post it later on today, the exact date that we're doing it. We're going to look at towards the ending of March where it's a little warmer. We're going to start at 8 o'clock in the morning with the pancake breakfast, and we're going to depart Oakdale at 10 o'clock in the morning. I will get the date today. We're going to make out a flyer. I need your help. We can make a difference in America. But I need each and every single one of you to help me get there. I need donations. Please go down the link. Please donate. Come on out and support my fundraisers. Like I said, the first one that we're doing right now is going to be in the back end of March. It's a motorcycle ride. We're going to leave Oakdale. We're going to go up 132. We're going to go into Chinese Camp, wrap back around through Moccasin Point, come out through Coulterville, and come and end it in LaGrange at the saloon there. $20 gets you breakfast, $20 per rider. Bring your spouse, bring your friends. And if you don't ride, do me a favor. Just come out and enjoy breakfast with us. Come meet me. I'm as real as every single one of you. I work just as every single one of you do. And that's why I'm asking for donations. That's why I'm asking for help. We're going to put this right together, ending of March. Come on out. We're going to be in Oakdale. We're also going to put a sign-up sheet where you can pre-order your tickets. If you got 5 people going, just order 5 tickets, and you guys can have breakfast. Bring the kids out there before we leave. Have some breakfast with us. Come join us. Diego Martinez, candidate for Congress, District 13, Central Valley. But the reality is, I'm a candidate for the American people and the California people. It's time that we get a voice. Please go to my page, donate, like, and share all my videos. Get your friends involved. Thank you for joining. I will see you guys next week on Waking Up California with Diego Martinez, candidate for Congress. Thank you guys for joining.